Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome back to another fireside chat. I really like making these chit-chatty videos for you guys and I'm super glad that you are liking them as well. And this particular video is one that actually was highly requested. By highly, I mean like 3 people said something, but I mean on my channel that is a pretty high request. But you guys were curious about the behind the scenes of making YouTube videos, what it really takes, how much time it takes, all of that kind of stuff. So I will do my best to explain my process to you all. And I think maybe I can be helpful to those who are starting because my setup is pretty low budget. I use a lot of free things, so I'll talk to you more about that as we go along. But first of all, before I really get into everything, I just want to say that if you're sitting there and you're watching this because you've been thinking about making a YouTube channel yourself, as I did for years before I started mine, and you're thinking,
oh, I don't know enough about technology, how the heck do you edit, I'm too old, I don't know enough information,
all of that kind of stuff, I was right there with you and I still am right there with you many days. But the beautiful thing about YouTube is it's a platform that is full of people of all different opinions, all different ages, all different cultures, with all different levels of editing skills, and we all can live on there happily. And I really want to emphasize right now too that it's a type of thing that I think all of us kind of just get better as we go along, hopefully. I mean, I definitely still cringe at some of my videos, but you know, I do the best that I can. And I just want you to know that too, that your first videos, maybe even your first year of videos are probably not going to be that good because it just takes practice. Like anything takes practice, and you can't just like wait around and then expect to be really good. You have to start, work, and then you'll be good. But okay, I've been kind of putting off making this video for a couple weeks because I just wasn't really sure how to do it, how I wanted to like convey information to you. And I basically am just gonna walk you through how I make a video, and then I will of course like show you some clips of what things really look like. And I will be mentioning some other YouTubers and linking videos in my description that will be much more descriptive than I can be. And I would definitely recommend that you check them out after this video. Okay, I just had to turn the camera off for 10 minutes and had a full conversation with my husband, so now I'm trying to remember what I last said. YouTube. Alright, so basically I'm just going to explain how I make YouTube videos from start to finish, and I will be brutally honest with you guys. So, I don't know, I think maybe people aren't always honest when they make videos like this. I'm gonna tell you everything that I can, and if you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. Maybe I'll make a second video, or I will at least answer them down in the comments. So first off, I will just say, if you are not sure like how to create a YouTube account or anything like that, it's very, very simple. I will see if I can find a tutorial from someone else on how to create a YouTube account, but I'm telling you guys, like, I am not good at technology. It's just like not really my thing. So that was something that held me back from creating a channel for a long time because I just was like,
I just am not good at technology, therefore I cannot do it.
False. You can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. But that is something you will have to have. You know, if you want to upload videos to YouTube, you must have a YouTube account. But basically, once you have an account, you can go on there and just press like upload video. So that's very simple. And then once you have videos on there, which I will talk more about later, you can actually see like analytics, and you can see how your video is doing, how many views, even like the types of people that are watching your videos, which can all be very helpful. But anyway, rewind. So I will show you some B-roll of what it actually looks like when I'm filming this video. I use specific tools, I would say, every time, or pretty much every time I make a video. If I'm doing like a more vlog style, I won't use all these things, but if I'm doing like a sit down video either here or on my hall couch, I will pretty much always use a large light just to help my lighting because I don't really have that great of lighting in my house. I will use my Canon camera. It's like a Canon DSL, and along with my camera, I will use an external microphone. So right now I've got a Rode microphone sitting on top of my camera, but Ryan actually did just get me for Christmas some better microphones that will like actually sit on my lapel mics, so that will improve my audio quality. Just something I haven't really figured out too much yet, but hopefully in my next few videos I will be wearing a little mic right there. And then I also use a little tripod. I used to have a bigger tripod that was very helpful, and then I broke it. So right now I'm just using a little tripod until I get a bigger one again, and it works perfectly fine. And since I know a lot of you guys that watch me are fellow resellers, and a lot of you who have inquired about me making this video about how to make a YouTube channel and how I make my YouTube videos would be creating content about reselling, I will kind of give you the analogy of just like when you resell, your final product goes off to your customer and it might be all pretty and nicely wrapped and everything, but your behind the scenes looks like a wreck. It's the same thing with YouTube videos. My house is not clean right now. I promise you that. It doesn't look good all around me. What matters is what you see. So don't feel like you have to have this like crazy clean house all the time and all of that to have a YouTube channel, and don't even feel like you have to have a crazy background either. Some people have all these like lovely shelves and things like that, and that's fantastic. And if you have the ability to have a little YouTube corner setup or something, go ahead and do that. But like you guys know, I often am just sitting on my couch, which is my living room couch, in front of my brick wall, which I think is like a nice neutral but still interesting background, or I'm sitting like in front of my fireplace, and this is, you know, my living room fireplace. If I'm vlogging, of course my background is looking different all the time. I'm not too concerned about that, but just try to have something behind you that is like somewhat interesting, I would say, but also not distracting. And so I just mentioned like all these things that I use, but for a solid year of YouTube, my first year of YouTube, I used my smartphone, and I might have had like a tiny little light and a crappy tripod, and that was it. So just because I'm using these things now does not mean that you have to use those to start your channel. I think YouTube, much like reselling, is one of those things where as you start making some money from it, or you like save money for it, then you can kind of upgrade yourself, but don't feel like you have to have all these things in order to make videos that people would want to watch. iPhones can really record pretty well. Pretty much anytime I'm vlogging out of my house, I'm not lugging along my camera, I'm just using my iPhone. So that's kind of the behind the scenes of the setup. Now, a lot of you were curious about like how long it actually takes to make a video, and I will say that really depends, and I'm not really like timing myself, but I would say prepare yourself to spend, if you are gonna edit your videos, prepare yourself to spend maybe around like 5 hours on a video. Maybe other people disagree, but I would say that is like really the average that I personally spend. But what does that all entail, right? So depending on the kind of video I film, I'm usually filming from anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour if I'm doing a sit down video, and then vlogs, it's just really hard to say because it'll be like a little bit here, a little bit there. But then once I have my film, I have to upload that to my laptop, and then I personally use the free editing software that is called iMovie, and I would really recommend that. It is very simple to use. Remember, I am not good at technology. There's not a whole lot you can do, but that's what I've been using for 2 years, and I think I can make like pretty decent videos on it. Now, I am personally looking to upgrade to something called Final Cut Pro, but please know, like, I would recommend just using iMovie right from the start. Especially if you're just planning on making like haul videos or sit down videos like this, like you just don't really need a lot of crazy editing. Now, something that you guys don't realize because you're seeing the finished product is how often I will pause and collect my thoughts. So a lot of times I will say, you know, a sentence or a few sentences or whatever, and then I will pause, think about what I want to say next, and then say it. And I think a lot of people think in order to make YouTube videos, you have to be super eloquent and you have to be able to say everything perfectly the first time, like you're giving a presentation or something like that. It's not like that at all. Just focus a lot on the final product. So sometimes, like, you guys never see it, of course, sometimes I have to say something like 5 times because I just can't get it out right. So don't think that all these YouTubers that you're watching are super, super eloquent all the time and say everything right and don't ever mess up. No, they're just editing. And it's super, super simple to just get rid of that dead space. And so something that I have learned after making videos for 2 years is to talk a little bit slower, have time between my talking, so I can't edit out any dead space. Because some people, like my husband, they'll come on here and they'll talk really fast and they might mess up and then they'll talk again. And it's really, really hard for me to cut it out smoothly because of how they're talking, but that's just something that you get really used to the longer and longer you make videos. So yeah, point there being, do not think at all that everything is perfect when I am making a YouTube video. Now you might also see when I'm making videos that I'll like zoom in or like slowly zoom in
or change my voice
or something like that. Those are all super basic edits that you can do in iMovie, and that pretty much is like the limit of what you can do, but I think there are ways to make your video interesting just with those little edits. And that's something I'd recommend too. I try not to have like the same full frame of my videos for more than like a minute or so without like a little cut in or like a slow zoom in or something like that, because your eye gets bored of the visual. So like as the YouTuber, you need to kind of change it up a little bit. But like I said, it's super, super easy. And I will link iMovie tutorials down below. I'm not gonna make a video like going deep into that myself because I'm not personally, I feel like an expert on iMovie and other people are much better. So if you are more curious about learning how iMovie works, I will link some tutorials down below. I probably watched like 3 or 4 before I started making videos just to kind of get the hang of it. But a lot of it is just kind of like exploring around on there, messing around, seeing what your personal style of editing can be. Okay, so how long does it take me to edit a video? You can edit a video many different ways, I guess. Kind of how I do it is I upload everything on my computer. Usually it takes like maybe 10 minutes for me to get the stuff off my camera onto my computer, but that's because there's a lot of junk on there right now and it probably would be a lot faster if I cleaned it up. And then I will do what I call is just kind of commonly called as a rough edit, and that's basically going through the footage and I will delete all that kind of like dead space and just get the video closer to what like that end time will be. And then I will go through again and I will kind of like do some of those zoom ins, and I might put some words across, or if I want to put some images in there, I will do that in that second edit. And then I will usually watch it again all the way through just to make sure everything looks pretty smooth, make sure all the words came in right and everything. So depending on how long the video is, that really affects how long it takes me to edit. So if the video is like 20 minutes, you know, it's probably gonna be at least 3 hours for me to edit. If it's a longer video that's like 45 minutes, you know, add another hour on there. So it just kind of depends. And also that's just how I do it because I am terrified of uploading a video onto YouTube that has like a big error on it or something like that. So yeah, once I finish editing my video on iMovie, I export it, which is super, super easy. I just export it right onto my desktop, and then I will go onto YouTube and I will just press create and it will prompt me to upload the video. Very, very simple. And then once the video is uploaded to YouTube, it gives you prompts to put in the title, the description, keywords, all of that kind of stuff. Very, very simple, I promise. And again, I will try to find a video about like how to upload a video to YouTube just so you can see it broken down a little bit more. And the great thing too is you can schedule videos. So I try to put videos out at noon unless it's late, which, you know, it happens. I try to put videos out at noon and I can actually schedule that. So it's not like I'm like sitting there right at noon pressing live. You know, it's not like that at all. And actually a really nice thing too is YouTube has like a studio app. So I can go on my phone and look at how a video is doing. I can like upload a thumbnail right on there, right from my phone. So that's a very, very simple way to kind of just like see how things are going, see your analytics a little bit easier without having to like actually go on your desktop. Okay, hopefully that has all made sense so far. I'm like petrified that I'm explaining things really badly, but that's why I am linking videos down below too, so that you can look more into any of these things that are confusing to you. But just know, it takes time to figure everything out. All right, so some other questions you might be having are,
how do you make money? How much money can you make? What does it take to make money?
First of all, I will just say, if you want to make a YouTube channel just to make money, it's probably not going to work out very well for you. It took me a year and 9 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. That is the requirement to begin to make money here on YouTube. So you need 1,000 subscribers as well as 4,000 watch hours. Now it just depends person to person which of those you'll hit first. But if you ask YouTube, like the creators of YouTube, they say that most people should hit it around the same time. And that was pretty true for me. I did personally hit the watch hours before I hit the subscribers, but that is because a lot of my videos are, 20 to 45 minutes, whereas other people, their videos might only be like 10 minutes. So for me, yeah, I hit the watch hours first and then I got the subscribers. Now, after I hit the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, it kind of prompts you right in YouTube to apply for AdSense, and basically you just fill out your information, you put like your bank info and stuff like that, and then they will actually mail something to your house, which will take a few weeks, and there's like a code in there, but they do a lot of checks to make sure that you are who you say you are. So I personally got monetized right after my birthday or right before my birthday. So let's say like October 12th, 13th, 2021. I have not seen any money yet. And if you guys have followed me for a while, if you're not new to my channel, I did Vlogmas. I did Thriftmas is what I called it. So that means I made 25 videos in December. Very exhausting. 25 videos plus all my typical videos in November and half of October and, January so far. So a lot of videos. Probably close to 70 videos I have made since mid-October. 70 videos times approximately 5 hours of work per video, some of that being a little bit longer per video. How much will I get paid as of right now? Guess down below. So right now in my AdSense, there is $200. So I have made $200 on YouTube since the middle of October. And like I said, that has not even been deposited into my account yet. I'm expecting that to come like in the next week. So, does that sound worth it to you? It just totally depends. And the more subscribers you have, the more watch hours you have, you actually will get paid a little bit more because you get paid based on how many views you get. So obviously if you have like 1 million subscribers and you have 50,000 views, that's gonna be way better than me with my average of like 100 to 150 views per video. But that's why I say like you cannot do this just for money or fame or anything like that. Like you have to make these videos because you really enjoy it. And I do really enjoy it. I never ever thought that I would love editing and just making YouTube videos as much as I do. And I'm an introvert, guys. Like I don't like talking to a lot of people. I like a small circle and I am super, super comfortable being on camera. I think like I'm always 100% my genuine self. And so I think YouTube is actually really good for introverts because it's like we're talking to someone, but we don't actually have to talk to someone, really. So if you're worried about that too, just know that over time you will get more comfortable on camera, and just because you are an introvert does not mean that you can't be successful, I think, on YouTube. Okay, what else can I talk about? I don't know. Some other random things that I think are important to think about when you are making a video are: what do you want your upload schedule to be? Now, people can have all different upload schedules. I personally choose to upload twice a week. I used to do 3 times a week. I was kind of experimenting with that like in the fall, but I am gonna stick solidly to 2 times a week just because I do have other projects that I'm working on, other YouTube channels that I am working on getting going this year. And you have to kind of limit yourself because it can be easy to get burnt out doing this. Sometimes I really just don't feel like talking, especially as an introvert. I just am not in the mood to be on camera at all. And so for me to expect myself to make, 4 to 5 videos a week between all my channels, it's just not realistic. I have to stick more to 3, max 4 videos a week, and that's okay. And it took me a while to kind of figure that out. Like doing the 25 videos in December, that was quite hard for me, not because of the amount of work or hours, but mentally it was kind of hard for me. But whatever you decide, whether you want to upload once a week, once a month, twice a month, whatever, I would probably recommend starting out twice a month. And if you think you can do once a week, that's great. But whatever your schedule is, do your best to be consistent, do your best to upload at the same time. I don't always do it, but do your best to do that just so your subscribers know what to expect from you. I think people are more likely to subscribe, stick around, if they know that you will provide them with content and they can kind of expect that, just like they could expect a TV show to come out every week. And it just makes you more professional and all of that kind of stuff. Also, you want to make sure your thumbnail is captivating in some way. That's the first thing that people see when they're scrolling on their YouTube homepage. If your video pops up and another video pops up right next to it and you guys both have very similar content, but the other person's thumbnail is way more interesting looking, just statistically, the person is going to be more likely to click on that other person's video. So your thumbnail truly is a first impression, and I personally am trying to get better about making my thumbnails a little bit more interesting. If you're curious what app I use Canva. I used the free version for a very, very long time, and just a couple months ago I started paying for like the expanded version of Canva. And on the version that you pay for, you can just do a little bit more, like you have more access to different pictures and fonts, and you can like remove the background on images, and you can't do that on the free version. But if you're just starting out, I definitely would just recommend using that free version of Canva. And then if you want to upgrade farther down the line, you can absolutely do that. Another resource that I don't personally use right now, but I am very, very interested in doing it, and I probably will start doing it in the next couple weeks or so, is a website called Epidemic Sound, I think. Oh my gosh, I probably said that wrong. Okay, no, it is Epidemic Sound. I like really thought that sounded weird as it came out of my mouth. But something you need to be aware of when you're making videos is using copyright versus non-copyright music. Once you are monetized and you get approved and everything, if you have music in your videos that is copyright, you're not going to get paid any money for that. You have to make sure all the music you use is non-copyright. And YouTube actually gives you links to non-copyright music to download, but a lot of it's like not that good or whatever. So what a lot of people will do is they will use Epidemic Sound, and you pay for that. You pay a monthly subscription, but then you get like a lot better songs to use that are non-copyright in your videos. So if you watch like big YouTubers and they have, especially like music in their videos that has words to it, they probably got it from Epidemic Sound, and they will pretty much always link that in their description. I have not used Epidemic Sound myself yet, but like I said, I will definitely be getting that soon just so I can upgrade my videos a little bit more. But I am making money now from YouTube, even though it's very, very little money. I am making some money, so that is why I'm starting to pay for some of these things. Yeah, and then once your video is uploaded and it's live and everything, you'll get notifications whenever someone leaves a comment, so that's very exciting. I love like talking with you guys back and forth in the comments, but also don't be discouraged if at the beginning like nobody's really saying anything and you're not getting subscribers. It takes a while to grow. It took me, like I said, a year and 9 months to get 1,000 subscribers, but it took me a whole year just to get 200 subscribers. So I think that first year, especially on YouTube, can be quite difficult, and that's when a lot of people will unfortunately quit. And that's why it is so important to enjoy making videos in order to stick with it. But I think it is super, super rewarding myself. I've met some great people through YouTube. I think I've grown a lot personally. I have a lot more confidence like in front of the camera and stuff like that. So for me, it is worth it, but also don't feel bad if you start making YouTube videos and you just figure out that it's not really for you. Okay, so yeah, I just paused for a while thinking about if there's anything more I can say, and I don't think so right now, but please leave any questions you have down below. I am super, super happy to answer them, and I hope that this was helpful to you guys in some way. I really want to be helpful to you because I know the beginning can be super hard, and if you are new to YouTube and you're struggling, don't hesitate to reach out to me and I will help you in any way I can. But if you like the video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. You guys know it really helps me out a lot. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, also, if you want to know more about thumbnails and like posing and stuff, a lot of times I'll be just like doing weird poses in front of the camera, and then I'll screenshot it when I'm editing, and then I will use that image for the thumbnail. So whenever I'm editing, I'll just see video of myself being like and it always looks so ridiculous, and I wish I could share it with you, but it's like so stupid.